Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to yet another episode in the Supra, Stinger, and of course, Garage Saga. Now, not gonna lie to you, I'm getting fed the hell up with this thing. This Supra is doing my damn head in. Right now, it's a case of 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere with this damn thing at the moment. I find a problem, I seem to have a solution to it, and then it throws 3 or 4 more problems at me. So just to recap where we're at with this thing. The very first thing I tried to start on with this car was the front suspension, in particular, the right-hand side, that's the driver's side in the UK, the right-hand side lower control arm. I thought it could be fairly straightforward, difficult, but straightforward. Instead, it turned into a complete and utter nightmare. After fighting with that for absolutely ages, literally days and days longer on one part of the suspension, just one part, I decided I needed a break and I wanted to do something different. So we switched up to the passenger window motor, which is actually broken in this car at the moment. So what happened was it just stopped. We assumed it was the motor. We took the motor out, we tested it, and yes, the motor was dead. We bought a new motor, we plugged it in, and guess what? We got 2 more problems. It's either switch or possibly the regulator. So what was a simple fix has now turned into a nightmare again. And it's only the first 2 problems. I've barely begun on the entire list of problems on this car. So as a result of this thing just being I've decided to take a little bit of a break from it. I'm going to come back to it very, very shortly. But for this episode, I don't think I can work on this thing because it's doing my head in. I'm tired of spending days and days feeling like I'm getting nowhere. I need to get a win somewhere else. So we're going to shift away from this to something else where we can get a kind of winning feeling. Fingers crossed, because who knows what the hell's going to happen here, but fingers crossed we get a win in somewhere else. And what I've decided in this episode to do is not the Supra, nor the Stinger. And the reason I'm not working on the Stinger is because, well, I'm still waiting on parts. I've ordered some very cool parts for the front and for the sides and for the back, and I need to wait for them to get here. So yeah, this has got to wait. We are, however, using it for quite a lot of cars and coffee, so I'll probably try and include a ton of that footage in here. So what that means is if I'm not going to work on this thing and I'm not going to work on this thing, what am I going to work with? Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to work with. I'm going to work with the garage, yes, because we never got finished and we still need to do a lot. So the race lines that are over here, well, they need a little bit of finessing. I'm not going to tell you what, because it'll be a nice little surprise, but we're going to fix that up. Moreover, we're going to move this thing out of the way, and I'm going to finish it off on this side. Yes, we're going to try and get some extra race grade lines in there. Now, I'm also waiting on more hardware to come in. Yes, cabinetry stuff to put up along here. Now, if I've got that in time for this video, I'm going to put some cabinetry up on the wall here, and we're going to close that in and make it look a nice, smooth, white wall. Obviously, we can only do that if we get the stuff in, so fingers crossed in this video, you're going to see that. If you don't, it means, again, there's been delays in delivery. In the meantime, let's get this thing off the trickle charger, let's get it fired up, we'll push it out, and we'll make ourselves some room to finish off the racetrack in the garage, which just never got finished because it's going to look amazing once it's done. I just hope we can get through it without any of the difficulties that this damn thing has been throwing at us. There are a couple of little tasks I'm tempted to do on this. For example, the exhaust, which I've swapped in and out numerous times. We can also reconnect the rear wiper. I can also reconnect the boot catch. Long story, you'll have to wait for the next video to see that, but we will get all this done along with a ton of other stuff that's due on this car. Not to mention I have to actually try and do the rest of the suspension and the window because it's all just being an absolute. In the last video, I did mention I was a bit worried about the smoky startup on this thing. And that's actually fairly common on Supras of this age. What happens is the valve stem seals actually begin to perish. And well, unfortunately, oil leaks in at startup, particularly more smoke, obviously again at startup. Now that's exactly what this thing's doing. However, I have spoken with a few people and there is one other possibility. And it's an interesting one. That other possibility is bad fuel. Yes, quite seriously. I mentioned to a few people that, well, the fuel tank in this thing, it's nearly on its end of reserve, and the fuel that's in it, well, because this car's not been driven for a long time, it's very, very, very old petrol, and you can smell it. When this car starts up, if you could smell what I do, it stinks. It's that bad petrol smell. Now, a few people have pointed out that maybe it's not valve stem seals. Maybe it's just the petrol combined with a tank that's got condensation, that sort of thing in. I'm not convinced, but it's worth a try to get some fresh petrol, put it in this car, and see if it still happens. Unfortunately, we can't drive this car because, well, it doesn't have an MOT. To get an MOT, I got to get the suspension done. And to do that, I really should get the window fixed. So you can see, this thing's been an absolute... Okay, time to put down some race lines. Very simply, we start by cleaning the area. Once that's done, I got out the old template that we used for the previous edge you can see here. And I tried to reuse this without any success. It just didn't work. I ended up putting marker lines down, as you can see here, and then pretty much disregarded that old template. Once the marker lines were down, I was able to go through and simply paint a straight line that matched the previous curve, because we're doing it to exact measurement distances between the two. So it was really straightforward. The white paint went down. I then used another template to make sure we had an equal distance, and then painted a second line. Once I had my second line in place, we then simply went through and painted in the whole thing so that we've got a nice solid white line to put our red paint on for a very smooth background. Okay, let's just interrupt there to show you where we're at and what we've done, because, well, it doesn't look like a lot, but there's been a lot of prep work. What we've actually achieved, the big thing, is this line. Now, I know it looks, well, it's just a line on the ground. Believe me, this is a lot harder than you think. The problem is getting this curve here to actually match this curve. So if they don't match, things are going to look all wrong. So I've had to spend a lot of time making sure the new line matches. It's definitely much harder than the first line over here. See, the first line, well, we just put down a curve and whatever it was whatever it was. This one here, this one, it needs to match it. It needs to be mirrored to it. It needs to look like a central driveway. So what we've been trying to do is get this line to really match that line. And it does. This still needs more passes. It's been through 2 already, but it's going to get more so that we get an even more defined curve, a bit more precision in it, because it's a little bit wonky, but we learned that from this first one. What we learned was that the actual concrete itself is so pitted that you are naturally going to get that. You have to do several passes and then you get your clean edges. So this is only pass 2. We'll do more. When I say pass, I mean paint. So I'll do another round of paint and then paint it again and again until we get really good straight lines. This has been difficult. Make no mistake. I could not use the template to do this. The template really didn't want to work. As much as I tried our original template that we used for this, well, I just couldn't make it work. So what we did in the end was we used a tape measure and we actually used measurements and we made sure that the lines from there matched across to there. And then we did it for the whole thing as it flows out. So we wanted to make sure that this entire thing out here is relatively even. So the distance across the front here between the lines pretty much matches the back. It's exactly what we needed. Now, what are we going to do in this space on the side in here? Well, we're actually rethinking that. The original plan and what we've got is artificial grass, but we're wondering if perhaps maybe black in there or some sort of darker color, or maybe even some sort of boards or something might look good. We're not sure, but right now we've got the grass. We will probably go with it. We'll do some modeling and see how it looks, but I think the grass will be the end result. We've also got to do the red on this side. So hopefully this is going to dry now. I can leave this for the rest of the day, let it dry. It dries really quick. And tomorrow I'll be able to pick up putting all the red on it. So I'm really hoping to get this line done, which is half the time it took to do this one. This one took a long time. This one went really quick, and that was with a lot of preparation and delays that I didn't have in the first one. So this should hopefully, fingers crossed, get done tomorrow. I may not have enough artificial grass. We'll have to wait and see, but certainly we've got some, and fingers crossed it'll do the whole lot. Now, the other thing that we've done in here, and I'm really surprised the difference is made, we repainted some of the red. What we've done is take the red right up to the grass edge, and honestly, I cannot believe the difference that has made. That is an astonishing difference in perception. It now looks really professional. It now looks really proper. Before, it did look like a hand-drawn line edging, but that now looks really good. I'm very happy with this. In fact, it's better than I anticipated it ever being. So that's a big win. I'm very happy with that. We're getting results. I'm able to do something here, achieve something, see it, and get some reward from it. You know where I'm not getting that? Is this bloody thing. This stupid thing is just driving me up the wall. And if I didn't have the garage to change up to, I'd be going ballistic. So very happy with this. This is a big win. Simple, easy, quick little win to put down more red. This has also been a win because I can see where this is going. It went a lot faster and hopefully we'll have it ready tomorrow. And then we will finally have a garage that will have an entire race line through the whole thing. Yes, it's going to look really good. It's going to look amazing, and I can't wait to show it to you. So without further ado, I'm going to pick this up in the morning. You'll get to see me putting the red on, and we can crack on with it. Let's go. And now it's time to add the red section. So I'm cutting out a template here that I'm going to use as the boundaries for the red boxes. I'm using a perpendicular marker from the tape measure to take off where those boundaries go in order to make sure it matches up from side to side. And then it's straightforward, just paint by hand. You get straight edges using the template, and before you know it, you've got a race line and it looks great. Okay, just let me interrupt there because we're really getting somewhere with this. It doesn't look like much, but the effect is pretty profound. Let's open up the garage and let me show you exactly what I'm talking about because, well, have a look at this. Supra in the middle of a racetrack. Oh, and I should mention, there's a rear garage door. Check this out, and we're not even done. We have this absolutely sick looking race line in the garage. I mean, you just don't see this. How absolutely cool is that looking? Now that side is close to done. It's improved a lot because we actually fixed up the red. It now looks so good, it's not funny. And we've done the same on this side. This side went a lot faster, and I am about to do the artificial grass on it so that we can put it all down, get this side the same. Once I've got the artificial grass down on both sides, then I can put the cabinetry in. I can't put the cabinetry in until we've got the grass in because it's going to kick all the cabinetry up in height. But we are well on the way now. This is looking absolutely, utterly amazing, and I cannot wait to get this thing finished. We've got artificial grass to do, we've got all the cabinetry to do, we've got lighting to do, and quite a bit more. So if you haven't subscribed yet, you should do so now because you're going to get to see even more of what happens in this garage. We're going to go much further, not to mention the completion of the Supra and more on the Stinger. But for now, today's video is all about the garage and we are coming along. So I'm going to get back at it. I'm going to get onto the synthetic grass on this side, see how much I can get done on that. Hopefully it's a ton. Cross our fingers we get 3/4 of it done and we'll be on our way. Let's get on with it. Let's get some more done. Now the artificial grass is very easy. It's the easiest thing in the world, but it is extremely tedious and laborious. The main thing is just to lay it down, put a strip of heavy duty carpet tape on the back to secure it in position, and then simply cut through it. I tried heavy duty scissors, but they really just didn't work very well, so I used normal scissors. It was tough, but it was very, very easy. I've hit a bit of a blocker. As I mentioned, I didn't think I'd have enough artificial grass to continue, and well, yeah, I've hit that wall. We've run out. We did manage to get quite a lot in. Now, this needs a little bit more finessing, shall we say, particularly down around the edges along here, but it is only past 1. We're going to be doing more work on this, and we'll fill out the end of it here with synthetic grass as well. We might even do a little bit of a slightly different edging front here because I'm not sure I want synthetic grass coming out the front of the garage, but we'll work on that once we've got our delivery of synthetic grass. Now, actually putting this down in the garage isn't that hard. In fact, anybody could do it. Anybody at all could do this in your garage. It's so easy, it's not funny. Well, I tell a lie. You see, it's very easy in concept. It's very easy in tools. It's just incredibly laborious and tedious to do. This takes a lot of effort, and unfortunately, it even takes a hell of a long time of very repetitious work, just doing the same thing, and it takes ages to get it right. So it's over again, and eventually you will get it looking like this, and it's going to get even better. But you have to persist with it. If you don't persist with it, you can't do this. All you need is obviously synthetic grass and paint. Oh, and a good set of scissors and maybe some cardboard templates to cut stuff out with. The curve's a little bit more tricky. The curve can be a bit more of a bothersome thing, but it's really not hard when you just think about it. Put your first curve down. Don't worry too much about how the other one's going to go. Just do your first curve, get it right, get it the curve you want, and then once you've got your first curve down, everything else flows on from it, because you can literally just measure templates off it. You can actually take distances off it, and then you end up with curves that actually match. So as you can see here, we've got a matching curve that runs from one side of the garage into the other, and it goes through the rear garage door, and it just looks absolutely awesome. See what I mean? We have a rear garage door that allows us to drive the car through and potentially around, and all sorts of other opportunities. It is phenomenal. So once this is all finished, this is going to be an astonishing place, especially if we upgrade the car. And when I say upgrade, well, complete swap. Another brand, a higher grade, I'm going to say supercar. Yeah, start putting your thinking hats on, because that's going to go, and in its place is going to be something properly deserving of this garage. For now though, we're gonna wind up there. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed any of these videos, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share, and you'll get to see more of this stuff as it drops. For now, I'm getting out of here. I got other things to do, unfortunately, and I'm gonna get back to this, hopefully ASAP, and I'll see you in the next video. Simon out.